And what's up, everybody? Sorry, I am the cause of the problem here, so I apologize. Hot mic with Hastings and Lindahl. Scott's going to be along. He was waiting on me. I had to use the restroom, although it was number one. I also made a mistake because, well, I opened up my house. I don't know if any of you are like me, and I'll see when Scotty jumps on if he's the same way. Where I desperately love to have the windows open in the summer and a cool breeze coming in, and I walked outside. I was like, you know what? It feels pretty darn good out here. I think I'm going to go ahead and open up the house. And then I show up about 2 seconds later. Scotty, I was just telling the story how the reason
Oh,
why we're
so
late is
you
my
just now
fault.
sent my invite and you're already on the air. Oh, I see how you work, D-Mac.
Well, what can I tell you? Hey, more of me means more of me. No, you know what I did? So I'd set this thing up and I gave us 5 extra minutes in case they weren't done with their podcast. And I went and opened up the house at 8:45. And then I came down here to set the lighting and all the crap you do, ran back upstairs, and we got from 72 to 76 in like two. I was like, I gotta close up the house and turn the air back on. It's too damn hot. So anyway, it's my fault. It's Andy's fault tonight. So I apologize.
Trying to save a few dollars.
Well, but don't you like a good cool breeze in the summer? Like what
Yeah,
I
I
was
have
pleased
ceiling
with is
fans.
until today we had not had this hot heat, and now we really do.
I have ceiling fans on my bedroom that I keep going.
Well, I do too, but still, man, like it's like hot out. It's still like 75, 76. I don't think it's going to get below 73 tonight. So this
No,
may be all
it is
night air.
August.
Ah, eh, eh.
So you shut the air conditioner off in the summertime and at night?
If I can, yeah, I love having the windows open. Last night was rough, man. The smoke sucked. So
Well,
we got everybody coming in. Everyone's catching up. We love them. All right, my man. I want to have some fun with you tonight, but let's get some. Hopefully, we have some fun talking Broncos. You know what? Actually, as I get ready to turn the channel from here, I'm going to start with this. We are going to talk tons of Broncos. How do you feel as a guy that doesn't mind? Now, I think I heard you say the other day you're not a full on wrestling guy anymore. But how are you taking with the ESPN starting to control all these WWE events? Are you upset about
well,
that?
it's funny you started with that because I just finished the first year season series of the WWE documentary that the executive producer is Payton, right? I mean, he's going to
Omaha
do
Productions, yeah.
he's going to do quarterbacks and receivers and quarterbacks, and so it's filmed and it's as quality as any of that stuff is as NFL films. Um, so I found myself watching I think it's like 7 or 8 episodes of it, just remembering back in my days. Hulk Hogan died last week, right?
Right.
Uh, and then seeing some of the guys. I mean, I remember CM Punk when he started. And he's getting old. John Cena basically fought his last WrestleMania. Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes is like the champion there for a while, and I didn't realize he was Dusty Rhodes' kids. And Ric Flair's daughter's like one of the best female wrestlers. I'm like, man, I've missed the last 10 or 15 years of wrestling. So I don't know. Let's see. Here's the funny thing, and we can laugh at sports entertainment. Well, let's see if it gets scripted. The NFL starts getting scripted like that. But I tell you what, ESPN's going to go everywhere the WWE and all these wrestling shows go. USA Network, Netflix, whatever. They do a killing, man. People tune in and watch it. So, ESPN is hurting for revenue. You've seen all the layoffs they've done over the last 4 or 5 years. Um, I am a little worried in the sense that I haven't watched ESPN. You know when I watch ESPN? Football seasons on Sunday night and Monday night, and basketball season. If I think there's a big game and something I wanted to catch, I'll catch Sports Center. Other than that, that's the only time I ever have ESPN on. They lost me. They're too opinionated. They've got too many agendas. I don't get my sports news. I get sports opinion, and that ain't what I want. If I would, I would turn into all them talk shows. I used to watch those talk shows, but so I don't even need it. So let's just see how involved they get now as far as directing and listen, you and I know I had a buddy, and I think you had a buddy too. Told you, ESPN already told him, hey, when you talk basketball, you got to talk to the Lakers in one of these segments. One of your segments have got to be with LeBron and the Lakers. So if they're directing that already, and now you're going to get control of the NFL, what do you think the message is going to be? Hey, we need to push. We need to push. Name a person. Bo Nix. You know, it doesn't matter. Bo Nix. Mahomes. We need to push him for MVP. So make sure you talk about him every show. You'll find out. You'll find out that's what ESPN does.
Well, I mean, look, they're already doing it. They already were a rights holder. They already had some stuff going on. It's funny because I had Mark Johnson on my show today, and we were talking about the red zone thing, which, you know, we don't need to get back into the debate of the red zone situation because you and I are on the same page. But Mark said the same. Mark said he's worried the red zone's going to somehow include like a get up or a first take or something like that, where they're offering the commentary while they're doing the game, or is that what it's going to turn into? I don't think it'll go that far. I think now I do think you're going to get commercials. If you're a commercial-free red zone person, I think you better get ready. They're going to find a way to commercialize that.
Or it's going to be like, Hulu or any of those, not everyone, but a lot of those other subscribing,
streaming services.
Cut your wireless devices. Hey, for an extra $9.95 a month, you can go ad-free.
Allegedly. They'll still pop little logos up, you know what I mean? But
I don't know because I don't ever pay for the ad-free.
I don't either. Dude, this is all I ask, Scotty. Here's my only concern with this, and I said this to Mike Sanford. And I consider myself like the blue-collar type guy, right? I'm not really a white-collar muckety-muck in a boardroom or anything. No one's ever going to hire me to do that. Don't make it too the blue-collar folks are still who you're mainly making your revenue. We're the ones watching the TV so you can get those big TV contracts. Don't make it too expensive for them to watch. You know what I mean? Better be careful about how much all these, because again, I love NFL Sunday Ticket because I like watching NFL games. Damn things, what, $500? I ain't paying $500 for that. I'll just take the 2 games you give me, I guess, during the day. Oh, well, I'll lump it,
Yep.
So that's what I worry about. How much you're going to have to pay for all this. Like I had this great deal where I had ESPN, I had Hulu, and I had Disney Plus, all for like $15. And now Hulu and Disney Plus are becoming the same thing, and ESPN's going to be ESPN. Well, how much all that crap going to cost?
Well, I saw today in an article, ESPN Plus, the Red Zone, and I think there's one other thing they got. Maybe the wrestling, I don't know, something else they got, but it was going to be one package for $29.95 a month.
Yeah, so you've already doubled. For one thing, you've already doubled my cost.
Yep.
I'm telling you, dude, this is, well, it is what it is. It's sports in the modern age. Hey, real quick, before we get going, Sheepish Lion says, my wife's worried Jokic not signing his extension is bad. Is it? No, it isn't. Don't worry about it. He can get $80 million more if he waits a year. No one's going to say no to $80 million more, period.
And Sheepish, tell your wife to quit watching ESPN because that was the big agenda. When he turned down the extension, that was a big agenda on ESPN. That's because he's leaving the Nuggets. He's tired of them, wants to leave. So, listen, if he leaves, I think he leaves and goes home. And just he's done playing basketball. He'll would have had 11 or 12 years in. Made a lot of money anyway. He's going to play next year for $52 million or something like that. But you're right, Andy. If he waits one more year, that max deal or super max deal he can sign will be worth $80 million more than they could have offered him this year.
Yeah, I would not worry about it right now, folks. I think he still loves playing basketball and he likes Denver, and so don't worry about that. Are you hoping they get? I forgot, where did you fall on Benito? Are you glad they got Allen done, or are you hoping they get Benito done, or you're not as worried, right?
I'm not really worried.
I think it's better for the Broncos if they do because it'll be cheaper.
Yeah, but you got to get him to want to do it. How do you know they haven't tried to offer him?
You're
that?
right.
You're
right.
You can go back to Malik Jackson and Wolf, right? They got Wolf done early in the year, and 2 years later, Wolf was pissed off because he took a home team town discount, and Malik Jackson's off in Jacksonville making $17 million, and Wolf is back here making 10.
Yeah.
You
Malik
know?
signed a deal for $100 million, and the Broncos 2 years later didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah. You know what? Listen, I like Benito, and he's had actually some pretty good practices. But he's only had one really good year.
Fair enough.
I mean, he had 13 sacks. I think he was third or fourth in the NBA or in the NFL last year in sacks. That's wonderful. But he's had one good year. The year before, he had 6.5.
Fair enough, man. You know what I like? And maybe it's me putting too much into the scouting. And I know as a former player, you probably don't like the scouting because God knows what they said. But I feel like he's becoming what the scouts promised the top end would look like. And that's why I'm a little more comfortable. I'm telling you, that first step just feels special to me, his get off. And I like it. And I think he's a good pairing with Zach Allen, and I wouldn't mess with that. So, but again, you do what you do. The cap will go up next year. If Bo is what we all hope Bo's going to prove to be, you got to save some money for that. Boy, you're shaking your head no. Are we going to get – Go ahead.
I say nothing. No.
Okay.
You
All right.
got yelled at. Have you seen anything in training camp?
No, not really. I mean, look, I've seen a guy that's in control of the offense and knows what he wants to do, but I've also seen a guy that is forcing the ball to Courtland Sutton and also just not getting any time. I mean, look, you know what? How about this? What I'm excited to see is the best offensive line in football. We've been told kind of get after it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Bo, I think is doing again. What I've been proud with Bo is I've seen plenty of times where he's got his ass out of that pocket and made a play when there hadn't been a lot of time to do it. So that's good. But sooner or later, I mean, again, you're going to have to get through. If they're going to go to the Super Bowl, we're going to talk about the hype. If Sean's hype's going to be real, and Sean Payton's leading the hype train right now, he's got the conductor's hat on, and he's got the chimney smoke smoking on that train. Bro, I tell you, you got to be able to hold up against the pass. I don't care how good this defense is. We think it's good. You better show me you can hold up against it because, again, Baltimore whooped your butt last year. Baltimore is a defense you're likely going to have to face. The Bills whooped your butt last year. That's likely a rematch you're going to have to deal with. There's some damn good defenses you're going to have to hold up against. Not just, we can talk about the Broncos being the best, but you're going to face tests like this.
I'll just say this. It sure would be nice to be in San Francisco right now doing the podcast from the hotel there. Because tomorrow would be an interesting practice to see because now you get to go against their defense instead of yours. And if yours is as good as everybody says it's going to be, then no wonder it's been tough. I thought you said something well, and I've tried to say that this week also on our show. He's got command of the team. He's got command of the position, but there's nothing special. And that may be because, he when he gets pressured, he's looking for 14. That's all he's doing. Because a lot of his interceptions, there ain't a lot of other numbers around. It's usually 14 he's always trying to force to. And our defense probably realized that also, right?
Yeah, Scotty, we're in that super weird. Go ahead,
bud. The league will realize that too, won't they?
Well, they will, but I think you make a key point there, Scotty. And I was talking to Nick Ferguson. I had a chance to go to the Premier Lacrosse League stuff last week, and I took Nick and got to know his kid. His kid's a neat kid, Isaiah. And so I wanted him to see the sport played incredibly well. And we got to do it like literally from the sideline. So it was awesome. I introduced Nick to Paul Rabel, who's like a superstar. He would be the Patrick Mahomes of the sport right now. And Rabel invites us up to the front 3 seats and tells Nick's kid, hey, come sit by me. We'll talk ball. So Nick's child got to learn from a Hall of Famer that started this league. But Nick and I were talking, that I'll be honest with you, the second quarter got a little slow. So Nick and I got talking about the Broncos. And I asked him, what do you think of the good on good? And, what would you do? And Nick said, I wouldn't stop with the good on good. I'd keep the ones against the ones for sure. And he said, look, we're hitting the time of camp where I might sneak over and look at your script and you might sneak over and look at mine as far as offense, defense and stuff. And, maybe he goes, look, some offensive coaches will tell you, hey, let up here and just let my guys get a look. And I feel like Sean started doing that a little Tuesday, some Monday, more Tuesday. But you don't, again, they know each other. I feel like this is that time at camp where it's like, all right, how bored is everybody? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You were a former player. At what point does it just, I know you're all competing, and I'm not trying to make excuses.
About day 5 or 6.
Yeah, aren't you just kind of like, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like that, but I did see something at the end of practice. They were running a 2-minute drill, and they couldn't move it at all. Finally said, it looks like we have one more play. And the defense, snapped, stood up, and just, hit the line, and then just stood there, and I went. And they still overthrew the ball. It's like, okay, I don't think that's what they wanted to happen. But
all right, can I introduce your favorite topic?
Tomorrow's going to be an interesting thing to see.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to see it. I want to see it. Because, look, you bring up a great point. You want to know why tomorrow's the most interesting day? Kyle Shanahan has already said he's not playing anybody Saturday. So the starters are going tomorrow, not Saturday.
Right, and supposedly Sean's going to play everybody Saturday.
Yeah, I think he's going to do his first 2 games like he did last year, and then he won't play him that 3rd game. Bro, I'm beginning to hate preseason. I'm not going to lie to you. I get a little frustrated. Yeah. I guess for what the fans, it's still football. And I don't mind the out-of-market preseason games because I'm just a total junkie. But, man, as far as what we do, I want to see good. I don't want to. I'm tired of this. Well, I'm not playing it, but we are. And what does it mean? It's just not as fun as it used to be. I'm just going to say it. It just isn't as fun as when I came up with you. Right. God, I was drooling for training camp when I came up with you.
Well, dude, we were walking around. We were going into the locker room. We had access everywhere. You always had, and I saw you earlier tonight, you get 2 or 3 interviews. And for a show, if you get, and listen, those guys would say things to you. You get, Schlereth to come in, or Rod Smith, or, Shaq Barrett, or, any of those guys come in and sit down, they say something, and all of a sudden you'd have your next segment goes, man, I couldn't believe he was talking about this, and this defense could be this, and blah, blah, blah. And you miss all of that stuff.
Dude, well, you know what? I had a chance to kind of do a little of that with Alex Singleton this week. I hope I'm not getting the guy in trouble, but it was a fun story. So you might even see me. I was walking to the other end. I was BSing with Romy. We were trying, I'm going to have Romy on tomorrow after practice because she's out in San Fran. So I got to get somebody that's seen the practice. And Singleton comes walking by us and he says hello. And I see his thumb and I go, dude, that looks brutal. And he's like, oh, it's okay. And Scotty, it was swollen up. It was twice the size of what my thumb looks like now. It was swollen up around the nail. It was just disgusting looking, frankly. Okay. I looked in and I go, how do you feel when guys like me say, you'll just club that up and go play if it were a game, because that's what we've heard. And he kind of laughs. He goes, it'd be all right. And I get a little numb and, I think totally club it. It'll all work. And he's just giving me, I go, Alex, is it not messed up that you are not allowed to rest that thing until at least the swelling goes down? And he finally laughed. He goes, yeah, I guess we're built different, but I could survive it. Trust me. I'm just going, dude, to see the thumb out of a cast, Scotty, it's broken. You know what I mean? It's gross, but we don't get to have those little moments anymore because everything's just roped off.
Well, it's kind of like, that story reminds me, and I think I may have said it here, but I don't think I said it on my show. But I can't remember what town we were in, but I'm riding down the elevator with Joker, and that's when he was really having that issue with the elbow, and everybody's, oh, what's wrong with Joker? And everybody's, oh, he's fine. And we're riding down, he's got a sleeve on. It's middle of the afternoon. I said, how's your elbow? Man, it still hurts. And he rolled that thing down. And that thing looked like somebody put a goose egg on the end of his thing. So he probably busted his bursa sac. But he had this knot. Seriously, the side of like 3/4 of an egg out from the elbow. And everybody's like, what's wrong? And it's on his shooting elbow. And everybody, what's wrong with Joker? Why can't he do it? And I'm like, dog, he's playing. Come on now.
Dude, it just makes me laugh, because again, I try to have some self-awareness, You know what I mean? And we all use the coach lingo and what we hear at the podium. But I'm like, here I am, 40 pounds heavier than I want to be. And I'm talking about Alex Singleton. I just put a club on it. He'll be fine. That thing looked like, if anything, because, I'll try to show the camera best I can. You've seen it. I don't think I have the right lighting. I have a funky nail right there. Maybe I can get my phone light on it. I broke my thumb. in a lacrosse game. And in all things, it was my buddy. It just isn't going to work. I've got a weird nail. It grew back with the nail split. I think you've seen that. The nail right here is split, and one part of the nail sits lower than the rest of my nail. Doctor can't even figure out how it happened. My doctor is like, that's super weird. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm glad I'm a freak. But I remember when I broke this thing, any slight little bump of it sent just shooting pains up my arm. And so I'm trying to think, and I guess that's why you got to numb it, but I keep thinking, let me just go throw this into your body and try to tackle you. It just is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So anyway, what do you have a favorite camp story? What was your best? I've hit you up with some of this before. What's the best, would you call it off the record conversation you've ever had there? Everything's on the record now that the time's passed. Can you think of a Greeley moment? When people want to know why we get grumpy, we literally ate with the players. You literally got to talk to them. You kind of, I don't want to say you'd form a bond with all of them, but they trusted you a little more because you had a little human interaction. I think it's purposely why they do it now. They don't want us having that anymore because they want to keep the locker room sealed up so nothing gets out.
Yeah, they don't want any leaks. They want guys giving information, I guess, and stuff like that. I don't know if I had any one story. I went out with a bunch of them in Greeley one night because Elway's basically my age. And so I hung out with them all night. I mean, it was late. This might have been 90, might have been Dan Reeves last year, actually, because Reeves running training camp. And I mean, it was police escort home caravan, to get all the players. There's probably 20 guys. First time I ever met Big Al was that night too. And I mean, I didn't feel good. We get out there in that Greeley sun. It's 80 degrees and 90. They got 2-hour practice in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. And I see John walking back and say, "Man, I feel like crap today. How'd you do it?" He goes, "Oh man, first time I got under center to take a snap, I almost threw back." Who was the center back then?
Keith Karts, Billy Bryant.
He goes,
was it Karts?
He goes, "Yeah, first time I got under center, I almost threw up on Kart's back." Kartsy, he called him Kartsy. I almost puked on Kartsy's back.
Man. Hey, how about this from Jasmine? Here's a good one. Any camp fight predictions, or will it not be too contentious? Who do you think?
I think what happened in the New England camp, right? I think every team that's going to play with somebody is having conversations. Say we are not, doing that. So we'll see.
See, the guy I think that could get it going, just like he did at Camp Jasmine. What's up, Redfish? What's up, Marie? What's up, Kanan? What's up, Official Dirty? What's up, everybody? The guy that I think would have got it maybe going,
Roachy.
Dre Greenlaw.
Well, but that's his boys too.
Well, but again,
now the following week back here against Arizona, maybe.
All right, but let me ask you this, and we talk about this all the time. Just because your teammates, I mean, that's a big locker room. 52, 55 guys, whatever it is, that's a lot of guys. You don't think there maybe one running back he wouldn't mind giving a headbutt to? Remember when Ian Golds told us he was so excited to sack Brian Greasy the first time they met because Ian was at Michigan and he couldn't touch him at Michigan. Then he became a Bronco with them and he couldn't touch him until they played him with the Dolphins or something. You don't think Greenlaw maybe doesn't have one running back he wouldn't mind giving the old headbutt to?
No. When you go back, this is practice too. Maybe Saturday, but I bet he doesn't even play Saturday.
No, I agree with you.
I
don't think he should.
I don't think Greenlaw will. No, I think it'll be more like homecoming. Him and the safety. That I think it'll be more like it's our boys and Kumbaya, my Lord. I think it'll be more of a kumbaya couple days for those two, for Ufonga and Greenlaw. Now, I hope Roach gets after San Francisco like he was getting after the his teammates a week ago Tuesday. I mean, a week ago Tuesday was the best practice they've had anyway. At least the most enjoyable, fun, energetic practice.
Hey, we all talked about it. If you missed it, it felt like one of these joint practices, but it was good to see some emotion. It was good to see the break script. Are you surprised Sean is such a scripted guy? Was I just spoiled by getting to see Shanahan back in the day? Do you know? I mean, were these other coaches as scripted as it feel like Sean just, and look, there's a method to it. Here's the thing. I don't know how to feel about this because they had a successful season last year, but that offense still took a month to get going. So I don't know if I'm totally feeling the let's control it all to the nth degree or not. Like go live, not take them to the ground, but can we just get a little football being played? You know what I mean?
Sean Payton knows more than we do, and
I agree.
And he really does know more than we do, because what I've seen doesn't really feel any better than what I saw at the start of last year.
Right.
To be honest with you. Now, you lose 2 home games, right? And then you go out and you win 2 road games. But it doesn't, I haven't, and listen, I don't even look at the defense. Defense, be great. Go be great. Good. Give them a chance. Defense last year was great. Good. Go give them a chance. But we've talked about it enough on this thing. I want to see offense. I've seen absolutely nothing from the offense. I really didn't see anything from the offense last training camp either, and it was a sluggish start. Even listen, your second win of the year in New York in that nasty day, you still only scored like 10 points, didn't you?
Well, you did, and then you had a great game against Tampa Bay, and then it didn't really carry over to New Orleans because even though you won the New Orleans game, that's
a good game in Tampa Bay. Remember, they stayed there, and then they went up to New York in the Rain Fest, and I think they won like 12-9 or.
You're right, because that was Greenbrier week. You're right. By the way, I got The Conjuring on now. Did you know what I wanted so badly to do? I wanted to
scary movies.
We'll be done before it gets too. I've already seen it. I watched this on a Bronco flight. Funny enough, you know what's funny is that Malcolm Roach is one of the guys I think, along with Zach Allen, that have accused the Greenbrier of being haunted. Those are the stories I want to hear. That's the stuff I wanted to ask Malcolm Roach at the podium.
And you saw they got a new Conjuring, like the last one is coming out.
Yeah, Last Rites.
Yeah. So you're a scary movie guy?
No, not really. I'm a scary ghost. I'm not slasher guy. I don't like blood. I don't like knife everybody up. I don't want to see a million body parts. I'm not into. I don't like Jason. I don't like Freddy. I don't need any of that. But and frankly, even Poltergeist was a little too much.
Did you like Sixth Sense?
I love Sixth Sense. Yeah, that I liked. So I kind of like the gotcha ending. The I didn't see that coming ending. Did you ever watch The Others with Nicole Kidman?
That was a good one too with Nicole Kidman.
That was really good. Where you figure out at the end again, it's really just a rip off of the Sixth Sense, but that's fun. All right. Who do you want to watch? We probably, if we see the starters, I guess what I'm trying to say is try to give me a deeper answer. We all want to see Knicks. We all want to see the O. We all want to see what they do in the first drive or two, and I hope that's all we see. Who's a kind of down the depth chart guy you're rooting for, that you're looking forward to seeing play a little football Saturday?
Troy Franklin.
Okay.
I listen. He was the whipping boy last year in training camp. But I don't think Sean Payton likes rookies. I mean, remember Mims didn't get on the field either, and really wasn't till last year he broke out a little bit. I think Troy Franklin could be your breakout guy this year, and he's got top end speed like Mims, but he's about 4 inches taller.
Well, can I tell you something? This is going to sound a little weird. I hope Mims has got another level to the breakout this year. I hope this is breakout part 2. I think there is a complete football player in Mims, and somehow, some way, I want to get to the point where I figure out is Mims not running the right routes? Is it something he's doing, or is Sean Payton just got the wrong plan for him in his head? I just don't understand why.
I'm telling you, I don't think Bo Nix has had 2 seconds to think to himself in practice, and so it's 14 or bust.
Well, you're right. You're right. And Evan Ingram's going to take, look, man, Evan Ingram's going to make it interesting. Both Sanford and Leggy told me the other day, wide receiver 2 is Evan Ingram, period.
Yep.
So even though he's the tight end, the second most targeted guy is likely going to be Evan Ingram. If you need fantasy Broncos to draft you guys, it's Evan Ingram. I would go after that. Ooh, Josh has a good one. This is the one I'm thinking of. Jonah Ellis. I like Jonah Ellis. So I want to see him continue to rush the passer. That's a good one. So again, hello to Asarno. Hello, Asarno.
Are you still there?
Ellie
want me to ask if you've watched Megan.
Watch what?
Megan.
What's that?
AI robot girl that goes crazy.
No. No, I don't like that either.
Why?
I don't like AI, man. AI.
Not AI. It's just a robot.
Yeah, but that's
run by AI.
I knew that.
Oh, now you knew it. Listen, Missy, I'm not your dad. You're going to tell you know everything too. I don't have to put up with that. Frankly, your dad doesn't have to put up with that. All right. What do you think about? See, I'm trying to think of some of the defensive guys. Like, dude, there just are not a lot of jobs open right now. You know what I do? My guy Joaquin Davis. By the way, did I not tell you about 80 during minicamp? Remember, I called you guys and I told you 80. I thought he was a tight end and he was a wideout. 80's who I'm watching. Joaquin Davis.
Well, is he a practice squad guy?
Okay, I'm going to ask you a hard question. Is Devon Vele doing enough that the momentum carries over this year?
Not yet.
Because guess what?
He's missed 2 or 3 days of practice, right, with some sort of injury.
And look, I'm not knocking Devon Vele. I think we all like him. But remember, that's an older guy, and Joaquin Davis may be taller than he is. Joaquin Davis fits the profile just as much as Vele. I'm just saying, I think Vele needs to make a few plays and get a few things going.
So does your 3rd round pick. The problem is Vele, at least you know he can do it.
Pat Bryant's done some stuff.
I don't think Sean Payton's going to trust a rookie. He ain't sure can do it.
Fair enough. Look, I'm not going to argue that. Anybody that's a rookie, you're right. I'm with you. It's it's hard for. That's why it's amazing. I'm curious to see how RJ Harvey does. I've seen some stuff out of RJ Harvey getting to the edge and doing the rushing and all that kind of stuff. But if you're not gonna trust a rookie, then how does his development go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it feels like Sean's got big plans for him, so I think he does play. I think he breaks the rookie mold, quite honestly.
I think guys that Sean Payton now put his stamp on and fought for it. I think RJ Harvey was on that list. Bo Nix was on that list. They're going to get every opportunity.
Pat Bryant's on that list. You know what they all are? Guys, the rest of the NFL media said you drafted too early, and Sean Payton's going to show you, no, I didn't.
Yep.
So.
Oh, he got a little ego now.
Oh, he does. He does. So, he does. All right, is he doing too much hype?
Yes. Go win a Super Bowl, and then we'll hype the team up again next year, trying to repeat. You won 10 games, and you got butchered in the playoffs. And you got into the playoffs because the team that you played didn't want to see Cincinnati in the playoffs, so they didn't play anybody. Right. So, come on now. I mean, good season, better than what we've had here, but that had a few false flags. Now, I understand you should have won that Kansas City game there. You did take Cincinnati to overtime on the road, which is good.
But close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah. But you got in the postseason against big boys and just got hammered.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you got hammered by Baltimore. The Baltimore game on both sides of the ball was never even a game. On both sides of the ball. The Devonta defense didn't do jack against that. I'm not just the offense certainly didn't do jack, and the defense didn't do jack, and that's what you were basing your strength off of. Can't have that this year. So I don't know. Look, man, I'm still super excited. You know what I did do today? It's gonna make some people nervous. I bought a new Pat Surtain jersey. Bought the new white one. What do you mean? What are you shaking your head for?
Don't ever cry to me about you needing money and you everything costs so much and you're going out and wasting your money at 56 years old on a new
56? You're 50. What are you, 65?
Yep.
No, it's 51.
On a new football jersey.
They're on sale right now at NFL.com. Go there. Shipping's free, the whole deal. So
51-year-old man buying a 22-year-old man's jersey.
Yeah, I like him.
Will you wear it a lot?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm excited about this. This is legit. You know me. My son, and I've talked about it for a couple years on this podcast and the show. My son is really getting into sports, so I said, "Do you want to go to a Bronco game?" He goes, "Yeah, I'd love to go to a Bronco game." So I think I'm going to take him to a Bronco game this year. He's never asked me to go, and the last time he did ask me, I was working sidelines, so I couldn't. So I think I'm going to go to a Bronco game. So my brother's got South Stand tickets. He's like, "You can have them if you want them." So I don't know. Well, what should I go to, though? Do I take him to like the Titans or the Giants to make sure we get a nice win there?
I think you take him to the Cincinnati game and see Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that was not offered to me. I think that one's going to be made for profit. We'll just put it that way. So.
Oh, he's going to sell those tickets?
Probably.
Wow.
A lot of Cincinnati, a lot of love for the Cincinnati game. We have a rule: you don't sell them to the other team's fans. Period. So.
Why don't you just go to that game?
Because his son is his son's right there. Like, my nephew loves sports. I mean, Rain Man about sports. Wants to throw the football constantly. If it's a sport, he wants to play it. He loves having you throw him the football. I want to say he's 10 or 11 years old, but he's the game's just a touch too long for his attention span. You know what I mean? At least in a seat. But he's getting real close, and my brother cannot wait to go watch a bunch of games with him soon.
Why don't he take his big brother to that game?
Who, Nick?
Yeah, take you.
Well, because I don't know. Because I'm excited to go with Hayden. Why do I need to go to that? That's a nighttime game. Give me the TV and the ability to, although we'll probably be doing a post-game show, who knows, but I don't want to still be at the stadium late. I mean, again, I like to go to one game with my son. That sounds like fun. When you do what we do, come on, you ain't going to know how long, when you get done doing the Nuggets, whenever that is, when will you want to actually just go to a basketball game as a fan?
When I watched my daughter in the state championship.
All right, then. Fair enough. I'm not even worried about going to the game. I want to go hang with my son and watch him enjoy football. That's why. So.
I told you this, and I feel like I'm a blue-collar guy, and I feel like I'm pretty even-keeled and don't ask for much. I'm a guy that will stand in the back of the line and wait my turn and not try to take cuts. But I am a parking snob. And I don't like parking at Elitch's to walk over to Mile High to watch a football game because I got a mile walk over there and a mile walk back to my car. That ain't me. I ain't like that. I don't like it.
I will admit to you, I told you how cool the experience was at the PLL this weekend. I started thinking if I can't find parking, I was going to give it 2 streets, and then I was going to call Nick and go, "Man, I can't make it." So I'm with you. You and I, people don't know this. You probably don't even remember this. So we went to the One Blink concert at Fiddler's Green years ago. Susie Wargen got us pit tickets then for another show like 3 years later. And because of parking, you and I both bailed out of that.
Yep.
So anyway,
Yeah, I am a terrible park. Now I don't mind paying for parking. I mean, I'd rather pay, $25 at Ball Arena and park across the street than pay 15 and park a mile and a half away.
Well,
I hate bad parking. That's my I need to get over that, I guess, because I just won't go.
well, but see that again. I'm with you, and I hope. Look.
Listen, when I drink, guess what? I park about 40 or no, I park about 20 yards from the front door of the bar. So and that was what and here, guess what? I'm parked in the same place my ass will be for a football game right there. I'm good.
Oh, I agree. Look, I'm not knocking you. That's why I'm telling you I'm not going to go to all these games. A couple of the games I'm thinking about going to, they're all going to be packed this year because Broncos country is alive and they're excited again. But yeah, I don't need to go to the primetime Monday. Have you ever tailgated? Have you ever been to a good tailgate?
We used to go to CU tailgates all the time.
I've never tailgated.
Yeah, I tailgate right outside CU, but it was in that good parking, the basic you get down your tailgate just right across the road. You're at the gate and you go in the place.
All right, Marie, if you're still here, throw a comment so I know. Marie will know. One of our Twitchers is like the ultimate tailgater, and I'm spacing his name, and I know if I saw it, I know who he was, but I want to go to it. You know what I wished we could always do as a station? Again, I'd like to let's hook up with whatever RV joint. Let's grab one of those cool RVs like we used to have when we go up to Greeley. Let's go park it at the tailgate place. Let's put on the greatest tailgate ever and find some cool local restaurant, whatever, GQ or Kike's Tacos, or there's a Machete's taco truck where it's like a foot long taco and they just cut it up. It's really cool, really good. But get me something good, and let's do like a tailgate party. And then when we're done, let's just go ahead and do our post game show or something. Wouldn't that be fun?
To watch the game in the truck in the air conditioning.
Yeah, why not?
Well, you know what?
You hear me clucking, you big chicken?
We can get that foot long taco, come over to my house, put it on my island over there, and sit here on the couch.
There it is. G Bruin. Thank you, Bittersweets. I could not remember it. G Bruin. G Bruin is that's our tailgater. He's awesome. He's a doctor too. Yeah.
God bless all those people that put all those tailgates together. That's amazing. My last tailgate that I really went to, was the AFC Championship game in 2015.
Well, that had to be pretty good though, didn't it?
Yeah, we'd made 100 Jello shots, and we came home with 0.
Yeah, that maybe didn't go as good as I thought. Do you remember the game?
I don't remember the second half.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Well, I don't. It was on 2 years ago. I was having dinner and I was on the TV and I go, "Oh, that's that AFC Championship game," and I was locked to the TV the second half because I didn't realize it got that close.
Yeah, you were like, "What do you know? It's a pretty good game."
Yeah, 18-16. I mean, oh man, really?
What's all right?
I think.
Weigh in there, YouTubers, Twitterers, all you folks. What's the best tailgate atmosphere here? Is it Denver? I mean, is it the Broncos? CSU looked like they had some fun tailgating going on. I've seen CU
used to have good tailgates.
CU, yeah. See, we're always in this open field, and I always just want to wander off and go find the tailgater. This is why there's a part of me that's like, why the hell do we got to have like 3 hours of pregame, man? Let me go up there and live some of the life. I'm just the sideline guy. You don't need much out of me. Yeah, let me go tell you about the cool tailgate, the tailgate of the week or something.
Let me go pound some Breckenridge bourbon and a couple of hot dogs, and I'll meet you at 30 minutes for tip-off.
Hey, should I show everybody the cool thing we got? Here, I'll go show it. Talk a minute. I'll go show everybody the cool thing we got.
And I'm assuming what he's going to show everybody, Andy and I got invites because we spent a lot of time there. KOA, congratulations to them and Dave Tepper and all those people over there. Brenda Eggert's 100th year anniversary of KOA, which is pretty cool. And that's what they gave us. Yep.
Very cool.
KOA label on it.
Very, very cool. Yes. So, yeah. Have you had any yet? You don't drink anymore.
I don't drink anymore. Now it's going to go back in my beauty closet.
Your beauty closet?
Yeah, we'll save it. I mean,
Oh, okay.
That'll be right up there beside the Pappy Van Winkles I still got.
Well, you know what? Maybe on the old deathbed, and who knows? Maybe we'll be together. We'll crack it, and we'll have a little of it.
Are you going to drink that? Are you going to open it?
I already opened it. All right, tried it.
Oh my God! I think you're supposed
not a lot. Calm down.
Well, no, you don't drink a lot.
I just want a little taste. Yeah.
Well, why don't you pour you a little bit right now and try it?
I don't have ice or glass near me, so glasses are upstairs. I ain't just gonna lip on it like it's a jug. It ain't a jug. We ain't in Kentucky there, hillbilly. Calm down.
Hey, listen, you got a little wet bar right there in that basement, and you ain't got no glasses at your wet bar?
Yeah, I probably do. I don't want to do it. I got stuff to do in the morning. I gotta get up. I'm a lightweight. I don't do a lot of drinking, but when I do, I've got good stuff to do it with. Somebody brought it up. I got to ask you, we can't ignore this. Dude, Stoney Magoo, 20-1. I asked this at Johnson on the program today because you and I have covered this town a long time. You want to know the amount of broken the Rockies fan base is. If the Nuggets or the Avalanche or the Broncos were getting their butts whooped on the consistent, the way these guys are, threatening to be the worst team of all time, and so on and so, do you know this town would be like out of its mind? Out of its mind.
Well.
And yet the Rockies, dude, this is going to be the third year, right, of 100 losses. They've already, and somebody goes, well, that's just like losing 70-20. All right, I give you that for one game. You realize this wasn't the Rockies' worst loss. They did lose 21-0 to the Padres. Shout out to Mark Springer for pulling that out. So you've got a 21-0 and a 20-1 loss in the same season.
That's pretty good. After winning the game 5 days ago, 17-16, the bottom of the ninth. And
it's been nothing but crap since.
Yep.
Well, they beat the Pirates again, I guess. But they did beat Skeens, but that was kind of rain delay aided, wasn't it?
Yeah, you asking me? You think I've checked in?
Doesn't that make you a little bit sad, though? When you and I were at the mighty KOA,
yep,
we would go to Rockies opening day every year because it was an event and people wanted to be there, and it was a big deal, and it was fun, and it was mainly their crowd. None of that can be said anymore. None of that.
Well, let me ask you this. Here's what I'd like to know, because the game was here, right?
Yes.
I want to know how many people went.
Oh, dude, I watched it before I came in to join you guys. It was like a smattering of people. Barely anybody. And again, we never get a true count because they get a announced ticket distributed, not right. Tickets actually used.
Yeah, well, I get to count the season tickets in there. Listen, Nuggets do the same thing. Avs do the same thing. Broncos, that last year when Ort was here before Tebow took over, there was a couple games we were doing. There was 20,000 no shows.
Sure.
Right, and that's why they finally ended up starting Tebow the last two home games, because they knew that they at least get some butts in the seat.
You know what I used to always look at to know if the Broncos were a big deal when I was doing the sidelines, and believe me, there were a couple years, one of the years you're describing where they weren't. Top southeast corner of the stadium. Southeast corner of the stadium, so if everybody, just so they can imagine it, there's the south stands, then you go towards I-25, then look up at the top, and when the Broncos were not a big deal, that entire section was empty. Now, if they were a big deal, that sucker was full. So that's how I always kind of gauged it. So I got a buddy, Scott Cochran, that does security there that still to this day goes, let me check your – I think I got another listener that looks at it too, Bill. I'm spacing Bill's last name, but Bill sometimes will take a picture. Here's your corner. What do we think? So – Rockies, I don't know, man. Look, I just cannot believe.
Hey, they don't care. Why do I?
Well, that's what everybody keeps telling me. But, dude, it just bothers me that I'm going to put it this way, Scotty, you've stamped out the passion of this is a great sports town. Is it a football town? We were getting that text a lot. Yes, it's a football town. But look, this town loves its sports. And if you're a winner, they love you even more. But this is a pro sports town, and they've absolutely stamped out the passion for one of the sports in this town. And I never thought I'd see it.
Well, it'll never happen, but I don't think nothing changes till they change ownership.
Well, and that's the text. That's what sucks the most. No matter how much you try to talk about the Rockies, no matter how much we try to change what the discussion points are, everybody knows that that's what they want to write in, and that's all you got. It's all you can talk about. It's brutal. So, all right, you're in the Tree of Trust. You're with your YouTube family. All these folks are supportive of you.
YouTube family wants to go to bed,
and you're with Andy. We'll let you go here in a minute. The Naked Gun. I heard you really and I understood what you were saying. Was it not the slapstick? Have we gotten too sensitive overall comedy that it wouldn't let it be as funny, or did Seth MacFarlane not care?
There was 2 or 3 out loud laugh moments. I thought it was a lot like Happy Gilmore. It was a great segment by segment, some segment good, some segment stupid, some good segment funny. It was just like Happy Gilmore. The original was super funny. Liam Neeson's good. Pamela Anderson's great. I mean, you ain't gonna win no awards.
Is it like one of those classic comedies where they showed you all the good stuff in the commercials, or was there other stuff?
No, they showed a lot in the commercials. But I'm telling you, have you seen Happy Gilmore 2 yet?
No, not yet.
Listen, what do you do? Sit in your house and just piddle? What do you do?
I water my lawn, I walk my dogs, and then I watch cooking shows with my daughter. Is that okay with you?
65 years old.
Listen, I don't, again, here's the thing. You've all said it. Every one of you that's talked about it on the air has said it. I know what Happy Gilmore is. I talked to Romy about it. She said this. We all know what it is because we all remember the original. So I'm in the mood for that, which hopefully will be very soon. I'm going to watch it. But I haven't been there for just mindless, give me a few laughs comedy that's over 2 hours. The 2-hour thing is killing me, bro.
Well, the good thing is it's on Netflix, so you watch a little bit and then just hit pause and turn it off and go watch it, something else, or come back the next day, catch a little bit more of it, and you can do it in increments. I'm telling you, Happy Gilmore and Naked Gun are very similar in that there's some great segments in it that are very funny. Some of them you're like, could have cut that out a little bit. But Happy Gilmore, when it came out, hit you in the face with new stuff, and you said, what the hell is this? And the Naked Gun, and I know that's even older than Happy Gilmore. When Naked Gun came out, everybody's like, what the hell is this? Oh, my God, this guy, because they tried to do it like a serious detective movie, but you had idiots running the show. And now, the premise. Liam Neeson's very good, but he's not no Leslie Nielsen.
All right. One all night. On that note, I'll let you say goodnight, Leslie.
Well, I gotta put stuff away. I had a little pizza tonight.
Good. What kind?
A little meat lovers from Robert's Deli.
What was that look? You gave it a little bit of a look. You love Robert's Deli. What are you giving me that look for?
No, I'm getting the crumbs out of my. I still had some chew good inside.
All right.
No, it was very good. Very good. I'm a big fan of their pizza.
Au revoir, all. Thanks for hanging with us, folks. We'll talk to you next week at 9.